This channel is being excessively censored by YouTube and SPLC's pure liberal bias.
This channel has been known to trigger leftists and trolls alike. Proceed with extreme caution. You have been warned.
It was here, room 221, where police arrested 30-year-old Donald Stafford for allegedly murdering his wife in Kansas, leaving her body in a dumpster.
The man they're looking for is a black man in his 20s with shoulder-length dreadlocks.
Police say she was on her way to work when 4 teens tried to rob her and then shot her
You
to
took her
death.
from me. There will be no forgiveness for you.
Sometimes we did physically get into altercations, but it wasn't ever beat down. I did positively impact her life. That's why we was together for so long.
Henrico police have made an arrest in the January shooting death of a woman found inside a townhouse off Staples Mill Road.
Police say she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
She saw what was happening. She tried to run out of the store, but was shot twice in the back. She died from her injuries right there on the mat in
Police
front of the
say
door.
a fight broke out inside the bar and carried on outside, just as Jenny was leaving. She was tragically hit by one of the bullets fired.
Well, Ellen, earlier today, police here in Kansas City, Missouri, made a desperate plea for help from the public. They need to find a man they say shot and killed Jacqueline
4
Burkhart.
teenagers, including one who is so young we can't show you a picture, are now charged in connection with her
Just
murder.
a barrage of gunshots at the vehicle. These are frustrating, knowing that at least 3 or 4 people witnessed or were part of a homicide, and we're not getting anybody any information on it.
All of this and more on the dark Onslaught.
Damn!
Now YouTube censored. Now YouTube censored.
I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am.
Viewer discretion is advised. Mama Black.
This program contains language and sequences some viewers may find disturbing.
The scene at the back of the Quad City Inn, still active hours later.
It doesn't happen every day for our troopers in this area.
It was here, room 221, where police arrested 30-year-old Donald Stafford for allegedly murdering his wife in Kansas, leaving her body in a dumpster.
He shouldn't be on this earth anymore. He's caused too much havoc, not only for this family, but for other families.
Family of 37-year-old Leah Moore say that green Jeep Cherokee belonged to her. Police say they believe after Stafford killed her, he stole her car and got out of town. Iowa State Patrol got involved in the Kansas case while out doing routine car checks early Tuesday morning in Davenport.
Our vehicle theft officer spotted a vehicle and was running some checks, and it came back stolen.
Police then went in, found the suspect, and made the arrest.
This happened just like the police wanted to happen. It was resolved very quickly and without any incident, and nobody was hurt.
And you took her from me. There will be no forgiveness for you. From me.
An emotional day in court as the family of a murdered woman confronts her killer.
An Oconomowoc man was sentenced to life in prison today for killing his girlfriend in the apartment they shared.
The crime happened in 2016. 2 years later, the victim's family says they're finally getting justice.
Katie Crowther joins us with the latest on this story. So sad, Katie.
It really is, Carol and Charles. It's the end of a painful journey for one family, but it should also serve as a warning of the tragic end abusive relationships can have.
Jesse Lee looked straight ahead as the family of Christina Schuster chastised him.
Jesse, you can hear me, I know. You took my baby girl.
You killed the only person that really invested in you.
Christina's brother John is the one who found her dead from a gunshot wound to the head in the Oconomowoc apartment he stayed at with her and Lee.
You killed her because she wanted you to leave for good. What I want from you, I want you to be ward of the state for the rest of your life.
That wish granted.
You, through an intentional act, took Christina Schuster away from this world for the rest of her life. And I think that the only appropriate punishment for me to provide for you is to take you out of the community for the rest of yours.
Prosecutors referred to Lee's criminal history of domestic abuse.
She had reported to her supervisor. She was afraid to go home.
When offered the chance to speak, Lee did so quietly, apologizing, but still not acknowledging abuse.
Sometimes we did physically get into altercations, but it wasn't ever beat down. I did positively impact her life. I did positively impact her life. I did positively impact her life. That's why we was together for so long.
And Lee will serve a life sentence with no chance for parole.
Family and friends are remembering a mother of two who died over the weekend. Police say she was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
26-year-old Jenny Magruder was shot outside a Galesburg bar and died at the scene. KWQC's Mariana Dominguez spoke with her husband and close friends. They say Jenny always saw the good in everyone and will be deeply missed.
She was truly, truly the light in everybody's lives.
The flowers that now lay on the ground are a reminder of Jenny Magruder's story.
She was the greatest. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do without her. Everybody loved her. I don't know one person that didn't love Jenny.
Some of Jenny's closest childhood friends now share bittersweet memories.
Every day you were with Jenny is just, you couldn't, there was no negative energy. She was just had an infectious laugh and the brightest smile.
A loving mother of two young kids, ages 1 and 3.
She put all of her time into her children and her family and her friends. I mean, she's just the most selfless person you could ever meet.
A friend they say touched so many lives.
I mean, you could just look at her as an old soul. She's very matronly. She wants to protect people. She wants to love people, and she sees the good in everybody.
Jenny had just turned 26 and was celebrating with friends at a pub. Police say a fight broke out inside the bar and carried on outside, just as Jenny was leaving. She was tragically hit by one of the bullets fired. Her husband, Michael, says Jenny was special.
She made sure every single person, their first reaction, they would remember her. And that's just who she was. That's what she strived to be. Love made her happy.
Love for her family, friends, and kids.
It's hard for me to think about it. It brings tears to my eyes. I'm trying to stay strong, and I'm going to be strong because I have 2 kids.
Jenny's friends say she would want them to remember all the positive she left behind.
And focus on that. Yes, get closure to what happened, but move on from that and find out what happened, but be able to find the good out of everything because that's what Jenny would do.
In Galesburg, Mariana Dominguez, KWQC TV 6 News.
Galesburg police say they do have a person of interest and are asking for witnesses to come forward. If you have any information, you're asked to call Galesburg police. You can find the contact information now through our KWQC News app.
Tonight, this East Charlotte murder victim's heartbroken family is preparing to bury her in her home country of El Salvador. 4 teenagers, including one who is so young we can't show you a picture, are now charged in connection with her murder.
Eyewitness News reporter Tina Terry is live on Barrington Drive tonight and spoke to the victim's husband about the latest arrest in this case. Tina?
Oh yeah, the victim's husband told me that he is very grateful to police for making those arrests so quickly, but he says his family is still devastated tonight.
Today, Maria Echeverria's remains are on the way to her home country of El Salvador. Their family members will say a final goodbye to the mom whose life was taken outside this Northeast Charlotte apartment complex. Police say she was on her way to work when 4 teens tried to rob her and then shot her to death. One of them, 16-year-old Zaya Jackson, turned herself in this weekend. Echeverria's husband spoke to us by phone today through a translator. Tonight, many are disturbed by the suspects' ages, 15, 16, 17, and 19 years old.
It's tragic, and it's something that I think as a community we need to continue to bring ourselves together to say, all right, what's it going to take to really get these kids the services they need.
Glenn Smith operates a program called DASH that helps troubled young people turn their lives around.
It's all about intervention. It's all about really getting a community committing themselves to getting the services that these kids need.
He says things like community difference between success and destruction.
That they know someone that cares. I mean, that's foremost. Hey, here's someone that really cares about who I am.
Yeah, and the victim's husband is thanking this community tonight. He says they pitched in to help pay for her funeral arrangements. Her body is expected to arrive in El Salvador tomorrow morning. Reporting live in Northeast Charlotte, Tina Terry, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
We asked police who pulled the trigger in this case and if they're looking for other suspects, and they would not answer those questions.
New Henrico police have made an arrest in the January shooting death of a woman found inside a townhouse off Staples Mill Road. This man, 22-year-old David Dykes, is now charged with involuntary manslaughter in the case. Officers found 21-year-old Jessica Rogers wounded inside this complex in Townhouse Road on January 13th. She later died at the hospital. A neighbor we spoke with heard gunshots and says they called 911. Police have not released information about a possible motive in this fatal shooting.
New here at 5, police are hoping to close a homicide case that's frankly gone cold. 32-year-old Jacqueline Burkhart died in a drive-by shooting near 39th and Jackson. That happened back in January, and still no one has been caught. Caroline Sweeney is live with what authorities hope will change that. Caroline.
Well, Ellen, earlier today, police here in Kansas City, Missouri, made a desperate plea for help from the public. They need to find a man they say shot and killed Jacqueline Burkhart. And right now, all police have is this sketch, and they are still looking for leads. The man they're looking for is a black man in his 20s with shoulder-length dreadlocks. This is what a witness says that man looks like, but police do not have a name. Around 7 p.m. on January 22nd, Jacqueline was in a car that stopped at the intersection of 39th and Jackson when a silver sedan pulled up and shots were fired.
Just a barrage of gunshots at the vehicle. These are frustrating, knowing that at least 3 or 4 people witnessed or were a part of a homicide, and we're not getting anybody any information on it.
Jacqueline died about a week later in a local hospital, and as of right now, investigators say they do not think that Jacqueline was the intended target of all of this violence.
So today, Mr. Fielder has some new charges that he is facing here in Jackson County, and he remains in the Jackson County Jail at this time. He is charged today with count 1, murder in the first degree, and an armed criminal action charge. He's also charged with assault in the first degree and a corresponding armed criminal action charge as well. He's being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond. Make sure that District Attorney Mark Dupree could come here as well, and also tell you about some of the charges that he has in Wyandotte County against Mr. Fielder. Mr. Dupree?
Thank you. I want to appreciate our partner here in Jackson County and all of the law enforcement and to welcoming us into your wonderful home here. In Wyandotte County, we have charged Mr. Fielder as well with aggravated robbery, which is a level 3 person felony. After the aggravated robbery, count 2 was robbery, a severity level 5 person felony. We also have criminal possession of a firearm, severity level 8 felony, aggravated intimidation of a witness and or a victim, a level 6 person felony, and then intimidation of a witness, a class B misdemeanor. Those cases have been charged. We have gone through preliminary hearing, and it is set for jury trial in Wyandotte County on July 30th.
Special thanks to RG Channel's contributor T. Martin.
And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Also follow us on the usual media for more interesting information like this.
Channel moderators are Jer Shax and Michael Thomas. Thanks for your diligence and dedication. This has been a T. Martin and RG Channel collaboration.
Fight their asses!